Gunners
for life.
Gunners.
For life.
I can see that you're happy today, unlike last week Sunday where you were not happy.
Of course, I should be happy. I'm just coming off a win, fantastic game as well. So I'm very happy.
It is Arsenal 2, Brentford nil. How was the game?
Of course, it was a tight game for us. We tried to come out open, but even though our goal came late, we have been very good all season, and you need to consider the fact that this is our fourth game in the last 10 days, and it's not easy. You see the players going down frequently before they get the proper, and some of them have to be changed, some of them have to go out, and all of that. So it's not be easy. We have a lot of players out injured: Gabriel, Saliba, Kai Havertz, now Mosquera,
Even Rice. No?
even right. No, I don't think he's injured. I think he's cramp. But
Okay.
then, but we had these players out, and it's not been easy so far. And we hope that we'll have players available, and I expect more. Now we have another game on Saturday. The coach has to rotate again, so we don't expect the fluency that we have with the main team when the main players are out. So, but overall, we had a very good game.
Your coach made some changes and brought in new player. He decided to rotate the team from the team that played Chelsea. Looking at the players he used today, how was the performance? Like somebody like White came in, Madwick also came in the midfield. Rice, Moreno, and Zubimendi. Also, Odegaard too also played. So, looking at the rotation that your coach made and comparing to with your last game, how was the performance of the players that you used today?
Yeah, of course they did well. They did well. Coming from the injury, they are still a little bit blunt, but then you see the little glimpse of what they can do, what they can bring to the team. They had this overall good performance all game because we won the game. Odegaard was quiet at some point and was very instrumental at some point, and so you see Madueke who was going at players, making right, giving the White the chance to do the overlapping run, and we had players like what's it called, um, Zubimendi doing the dirty work. And by the way, Declan Rice, I don't know what used to qualify that guy. He has been good all season. Again today, he ran his heart out for Arsenal, and until he dropped dead and it was changed. And that is what we want to see from the players, and it's very important. Unlike the Chelsea game, Rice was playing very deep, and that is why Chelsea won the midfield against them in the last game. But today, because we are playing a lower quality team, maybe Rice can advance, and that was why we could leave just Zubimendi and Rice was able to advance, and then we won the midfield and we were able to compete properly. So overall, the new players that came in did very well, and kudos to the players that came in as substitution. Bukayo Saka who got the second goal for us, and I sense some tiredness in the players, but then you still need to consider that this is their fourth game in the last 10 days. So you need to take that fact.
Looking at how you played today, are you satisfied with the type of depth you have in your team?
Of course, of course. I don't know where we will be without the depth. I don't know where we will be without the depth. I don't know where we'll be without it. The depth is very important at this point. Where we had five players out. Since you can see Odegaard is just starting in like 2 months. We had players like Kai Havertz who played in the very first game against Manchester United, and ever since then he has been out of even until now. We have Gabriel who has been out in the last 3-4 games. We had Saliba, who has been out in the second game now, and he was out way earlier in the season as well. We had Saka, who was out at some point in the season. What would we have done without the squad depth? When Saka was out, we had Odegaard filling. When Saliba was out, we had Mosquera fielding. When Gabriel is out, now we have Nkape filling in. And you have players like that. And kudos to the ones that have been able to keep fit all season, but then we would not have been able to we would not have been able to be where we are if we don't have that squad depth. So it came in right on time, and I think that was what affected us last season as well. We're supposed to be beyond where we were last season. Maybe last season was supposed to be our season, but because we didn't have that squad depth, you understand, there was a very serious drop in quality when a lot of our players went into injury, and that is the difference this season. This season, at least we are able to, yield over a team like Bayern when we don't have Martin Odegaard on the pitch, when we don't have Gyökeres on the pitch, when we don't have Gabriel on the pitch. So it shows the level of squad depth that we have. So this is the kind of thing we want as a fan, and we are very very happy at the moment.
Looking at your game, Moreno, who scored against Chelsea, also scored today. How was his performance playing as that first nine? How was his performance?
No, I was telling the other Arsenal fan that we watched together the other time that Merino right now is the most important Arsenal player because of his impact on the game. He had what Kai Havertz had on us last season before going into injury. Without Kai Havertz last season, we could not compete. We could not compete. We could not do what we were supposed to do because the structure, the positional play that he brings into the game was not there. But I see now that Mourinho has fully understood this Arsenal team, and I think, for me, in my opinion, I think Gyökeres is going to find it hard to get into this team with the level of performance and the chipping of the important goals. That's the most important thing now. Chipping the important goals for us is key. Is key. Without him against Chelsea, maybe we would have lost the game. And you see it now. You see the game before Chelsea. You see the game before Bayern. Against Tottenham. Very very important private passes. Ever since last season, he has been very very fantastic. And I think that position now suits him better. You understand? So him giving us that extra push and always available when needed is what is more important. So he has taken the role away from Kai Havertz. I think it's difficult to bench Mikel Merino in this current Arsenal squad now because of what he's giving to the team. So what a fantastic player. He contributes a lot. When we are in play, to the side, you can see Saka moving in centrally and he occupies that space. And when you are attacking as well, somehow he's always there, trying to get there. And today he's unlucky, he should have scored a hat trick. Though he's unlucky to have lost some goals. He had, I think, 2 or 3 other clear chances that he didn't convert. But it's amazing to see a player who is a natural midfielder, but is playing as a false nine, deputizing properly. And what amazes me is that he's always there, and that is the kind of thing you see from a player like Harry Kane. You are surprised to say, this guy is a midfielder, he's not a striker. So I saw a post online the other day that said it would not be better for the coach that said Mourinho is a midfielder, because this guy is a born striker, man. He's a born striker, so he's fitting in well, and I don't think the Arsenal team could do well without him now.
Your star boy Saka also came in the second half. He also got a goal today. How was his performance in the little duration he had in the game?
Yeah, he's been there. He should have converted earlier before he scored the goal. And just like they called him star boy, he's always there to deliver us. And the game was at the death, but then anything could happen, like against Sunderland, where they scored us 90 plus. So we were in the 89th minute, and he was able to kill the game for us, get us that goal, and we were sure. Because I remember prior to that goal, I could not see that. I was just standing because I don't know what can happen. The team was shaky, and the Brentford team was trying to prove a point, but then we were able to overcome them thanks to our star boy. So it was good, and the rest for him today was very very important as well. Coming back from an injury was a very bad injury he had last season, and earlier this season he also had another injury. He's not an injury player, but he needs a lot of rest. And I think that, and the season is just starting now, according to Pep Guardiola. Yes. Game upon game upon game upon game. Even the weekend after the weekend, we still have midweek. We need to rest. We need to rotate more and rest this player. That's it.
So looking into that game today, you got your 3 points. You have extended your lead into the table by 5 points. Now, what matters is all about maintaining your lead on top of the table to the end of the season. What next for Arsenal stands? Going into your game against Aston Villa?
Yeah, we need to rotate the team more, keep the players fit, and try to get a win on the game. And I think no matter who plays right now, with the quality we have on the team, no matter who plays, no matter the player it feels, I think we'll be able to get the win.
If you look at your game, a player like Mosquera was stretched out today. If Mosquera is not to be in your next game, will he be a big miss? Considering that your two centre backs, Saliba and Gabriel, is also currently injured, what next? Will that be a big miss or a big loophole for Arsenal in that defense?
Of course, he's going to be missed because I will be forced to play Ben White because Ben White is just coming back from injury. I will be forced to play him. But then what is more important is that we have this squad depth, and you can see after him going out today, you see Julian Timber coming into feeling. He's feeling him perfectly well. I think Julian Timber is a better centre back than Mosquera. He's a natural centre back, but he's been converted into right back now under Mikel Arteta. And with Mosquera out, we have Julian Timber coming. The only disadvantage I think we're going to have now is to have Ben White play another 90 minutes in the camp. We are supposed to introduce him little by little, but now without Mosquera, we are forced to use him. But I think what he had was a knee, and hopefully it's not a long-term injury. But I think Julian Timber can do the job.
So we'll meet again against Aston Villa. I'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Of course, I'm going to win Aston Villa now.